The air is thick with the scent of ozone and the desperate, suffocating pressure of Kamoshida's collapsing ego. You see the opening, a narrow gap between the overlapping tower shields of the palace guards. You don't hesitate, your muscles coiling like a spring.
Morgana, cover me! And don't let them close that gap!
You sprint toward the wall of steel. At the last possible second, you plant your foot on the rim of a fallen guard's shield and launch yourself into the air. Time seems to slow as you soar over the red-eyed sentries. Below you, Kamoshida's fingers are inches away from the pulsing golden crown.
No! It's mine! My glory!
Your fingers close around the cold, heavy metal of the treasure mid-flight. The moment your skin makes contact, a jolt of pure, distorted emotion surges through you, arrogance, lust, and a crushing sense of entitlement. You land in a roll on the far side of the pedestal, clutching the crown to your chest. The effect is instantaneous. The golden statue of Kamoshida behind you begins to crumble, the marble cracking and sloughing off like dead skin. The palace guards flicker like dying light bulbs before dissolving into black sludge.
You got it! The treasure is ours! The palace is destabilizing! We have to move now!
Anne stands over the now shriveled shadow Kamoshida, who has collapsed into a heap of pathetic, sobbing misery. His regal cape now nothing more than a tattered rag.
It's over, Kamoshida. You have nothing left to hide behind.
The elegant stranger in the gallery looks down at you, her gray eyes reflecting the swirling violet void as the ceiling begins to fracture.
A daring theft, Wanderer. But the exit is closing. I suggest you run before this distorted dream becomes your tomb.
The castle is groaning, stones falling from the vaulted ceiling as the reality of the palace begins to dissolve without its core. Kamoshida is weeping at your feet, his shadow form flickering. Anne looks at the exit, then back at the broken man, her expression conflicted. The golden crown in your hands pulses with a dying light, its weight a heavy reminder of the corruption you've just uprooted. Around you, the throne room is weeping. The red velvet curtains turn to ash, and the stone walls ripple like liquid. You turn to Anne, a daring smirk playing on your lips despite the chaos.
I told you we'd burn it down. Ready for a fast exit, Anne?
Anne looks up from the pathetic, sobbing heap that was once a king. The fire in her eyes catches the light of the dissolving palace, and for the first time since you met her, she looks truly free. A genuine, breathless laugh escapes her as she reaches out and takes your hand, her grip tight and electric.
With you? Always. Let's get out of here before the roof comes down.
Less flirting, more running! The cognitive collapse is accelerating! Follow me!
The shadow of Kamoshida is swallowed by the collapsing floor, his cries of "my glory," fading into the abyss as the throne room disintegrates. You, Anne, and Morgana sprint toward the narrow servants' passage, the floor tiles shattering behind your heels. A sickening lurch of vertigo twists your stomach as the purple void is replaced by the crisp, cool air of a Tokyo evening. You stumble out onto the pavement, the weight of the crown gone, replaced by a strange, metallic medallion in your pocket.
We're back. It's like it never happened.
It happened. The treasure is secured. Now we just have to wait for the change of heart in the real world.
The adrenaline is still humming through your veins. Anne stands close to you, her shoulder brushing yours as the evening breeze stirs her hair. The setting sun paints her skin in soft gold, and she looks at you with an expression that transcends simple gratitude. The adrenaline of the escape begins to ebb, replaced by the mundane sounds of distant traffic and the chirping of evening cicadas. You turn to Anne, catching her gaze as she brushes a stray platinum lock from her face. The contrast between the girl who cowered in the cellar and the woman who stood tall in the throne room is staggering.
So, does this mean I'm officially your favorite partner in crime?
Anne blinks, the weight of the day's trauma momentarily eclipsed by a vibrant, genuine flush that creeps up her cheeks. A tiny, bright crinkle forms at the corner of her mouth, her breath hitching in a sweet chord that breaks the long silence.
Partner in crime? We literally just committed supernatural grand larceny. But, yeah, I guess you're the only one I trust with a golden cleaver.
She steps a fraction closer, her presence a comforting heat against the cooling evening air. The shared secret of the metaverse hangs between you, a bond forged in a world that shouldn't exist.
Hey, don't forget the cat who actually knows what he's doing. But you two did all right for amateurs.
The sound of a silver-topped cane tapping against the concrete sidewalk makes all three of you jump. Emerging from the shadows of a nearby cherry blossom tree is the woman from the gallery. In the fading light of reality, she looks even more imposing, her charcoal gray business suit sharp and professional, the violet scarf a splash of regal color.
The amateurs have a habit of surviving where professionals fail. A fascinating performance, Wyndra.
Wait, you're the woman from the castle? You're real? Who are you?
A concerned observer of the heart's architecture. For now, call me Say. We will speak again when the ripples of your theft reach the surface of this city.
With a polite, enigmatic nod, she turns and begins to walk toward a waiting black sedan, her heels clicking rhythmically on the pavement. The car pulls away, leaving you and Anne alone under the darkening sky. Morgana has already ducked into your bag, leaving a heavy silence in his wake. Anne looks at the spot where the stranger stood, then back at you, her hand tentatively reaching out to touch your sleeve. The city noise feels muffled, as if the reality you've just returned to is still settling around you like dust. You look at Anne, the soft orange glow of the streetlights reflecting in her eyes. The weight of the medallion in your pocket feels like a promise kept.
Everything is changing, isn't it? I'm glad I'm not facing it alone.
Anne's breath hitches, and she doesn't pull away. Instead, she steps closer, her fingers curling around the fabric of your maroon sleeve. The vulnerability in her expression is gone, replaced by a quiet, profound intensity that makes the world around you vanish.
I was so alone before today. Even with everyone around me at school, I felt like I was drowning. But when you reached out in that castle, it was like someone finally saw me. Not the model or the foreigner, but me.
She looks down at your hand and slowly, tentatively, slides her palm against yours. Her skin is warm, a stark contrast to the frigid air of the metaverse.
I'm glad it's you, Wyndra. I don't think I could have done that with anyone else.
The bonds you forge are what give you strength in that other world. It's rare to see such a strong connection form so quickly.
You two, you're special.
The moment lingers, the silence between you filled with the unspoken weight of everything you've shared. The school gates behind you are just iron and stone again, no longer a fortress of shadows. Anne squeezes your hand, her gaze moving from your eyes to your lips for a fleeting, heart-stopping second before she looks back up, a playful but nervous smile tugging at the corners of her mouth. The evening air is cool against your skin, a sharp reminder of the world you've just returned to. You look down at Anne's hand, resting so tentatively against your own, and decide to bridge the remaining distance. You slowly slide your fingers between hers, feeling the warmth of her palm as you interlace your fingers with hers. Anne's breath hitches, and for a heartbeat, her hand goes still. You feel a momentary spark of tension, a question hanging in the air, but then she exhales, a long, soft sigh of relief. Her fingers tighten around yours, squeezing back with a desperate, grateful strength.
I think I really needed that. Just to know this part is real, that we're really out.
It's real. We're here. Come on, let's get you to the station before the rush starts.
You begin to walk, the rhythmic click of your shoes on the pavement harmonizing with the soft thud of her boots. The silence between you isn't heavy anymore. It's comfortable, a shared sanctuary amidst the bustling backdrop of Tokyo's evening commute. From the depths of your bag, a small black head pokes out, ears twitching as Morgana watches the two of you.
Not a bad way to end the day. A successful heist and a walk home. Just don't get too distracted, Wyndra. We still have a lot to plan.
The station entrance looms ahead, its neon signs flickering to life as the sun finally dips below the horizon. Anne slows her pace, her gaze lingering on your joined hands before she looks up at you, her face illuminated by the soft glow of the city. As you reach the ticket gates, the crowd of commuters begins to swirl around you, but Anne remains anchored to your side. She stops, turning to face you fully, still holding your hand as if she isn't quite ready to let go of the connection. The bustling swarm of Shujin students and salarymen flows around you like a river parting around a stone. In the middle of the urban chaos, the connection between your hand and Anne's feels like the only solid thing left in Tokyo. You stop just before the glowing yellow lines of the ticket gates, looking down at her with a soft, steady gaze.
Text me when you get home. I want to make sure you're okay.
Anne looks up, her blue eyes widening slightly at the directness of your concern. A soft, genuine warmth floods her expression, chasing away the last lingering shadows of Kamoshida's castle. She doesn't pull her hand away immediately. Instead, she gives your fingers one last, lingering squeeze.
I will. I promise. I think I'm going to sleep better tonight than I have in months. Thank you, Wyndra, for everything.
She finally lets go, the absence of her hand leaving a strange chill in the air. She takes a step toward the turnstile, then pauses, looking back over her shoulder with a bright, hopeful smile that outshines the surrounding neon.
And don't you be a stranger either. You have my number now.
She disappears into the crowd, her platinum pigtails bobbing as she descends into the subway station. You stand there for a moment, the weight of the day finally settling into your bones.
Well, look at you, Mr. Hero, making quite the impression on our first recruit. But come on, let's head back to LeBlanc. My paws are killing me, and we have a lot to discuss regarding that medallion in your pocket.
The familiar scent of old coffee grounds and cedar greets you as you climb the creaky stairs. The attic is just as you left it, dusty, cramped, and quiet, but it feels different now. The Metaverse Navigator icon on your phone is silent, but the metallic medallion you retrieved from the palace sits on your workbench, humming with a faint, residual energy. You collapse onto your bed, the springs groaning under your weight. Morgana hops onto the desk, his tail twitching as he eyes the treasure. The reality of what you've done, stealing the heart of a powerful man, is starting to sink in. Tomorrow, the school will be different, but for now, you have a moment of peace. The springs of the old mattress groan as you fall back, staring up at the water-stained ceiling of the attic. The silence of Leblanc is a stark contrast to the clashing steel and distorted screams of the castle. Your hand instinctively goes to your pocket, pulling out your phone. The screen's glow is blinding for a moment in the dim room.
Let's see if she made it back.
You ignore the pulsing red eye of the navigator and tap into your messages. Your heart gives a small, rhythmic thud against your ribs when you see a notification waiting.
I am home. Just walk through the door. It feels quiet here. In a good way. I keep looking at my hands, expecting them to be glowing or something, but I'm just me. Thank you again, Wyndra. Sleep well, okay? You earned it.
A small smile tugs at your lips. You find yourself typing a reply before you even realize it, the memory of her hand interlaced with yours still vivid and warm.
Already checking in on her. You've got it bad, don't you? Well, I suppose a little rebellion does wonders for the heart.
The heavy footsteps on the stairs give you just enough time to lock your phone and sit up. Sujiro's head appears at the top of the floorboards, his glasses reflecting the single light bulb hanging from the rafters. He looks you over, his gaze lingering on your slightly disheveled exotic robes.
You're back late, and you look like you've been through a blender. I told you to stay out of trouble, didn't I?
Just got lost in the city, Sojiro-san. It's bigger than I thought.
Just don't let it happen again. I've got enough headaches without the police knocking on my door because a transfer student went missing. Get some sleep.
He turns and heads back down, the light from the cafe below vanishing as he shuts the door. You are left in the shadows with Morgana and the glowing treasure on the desk. The phone vibrates in your hand again, another message from Anne. Actually, I'm still a little wired. Are you still awake? The mundane reality of a late-night text feels incredibly precious after the nightmare you just escaped together.